So if you have not watched the previous video on how to do a treble crochet, I recommend that you watch that one first. Click on the iCard in the upper right hand corner, and that will bring you right to the link where I show you how to do the treble crochet. So now we are ready to begin the double treble crochet. So let's go ahead and make a slip knot. And let's go ahead and start with chaining 8 chain stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now that we have our 8 chains, we are ready to begin our first row of double treble crochet. So with the double treble crochet, we're going to be skipping the first 5 chains. With the treble, remember we skipped the first 4, begin our work in the 5th, but with the double treble, we're skipping the first 5, we will begin our work into the 6th chain. So with the treble crochet, we wrap the yarn 2 times and then insert it into the stitch. With the double treble crochet, we're not going to wrap it twice, but we're going to wrap it 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And remember, when you wrap your yarn towards you or do the yarn over, do it towards you. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so now skip the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chains. Begin your work into the 6th chain. Okay, so insert it into that 6th chain, yarn over, pull that through, and now you'll have 5 loops on your hook. When we did the treble crochet, we had 4 loops at this point, but with the double treble, we're going to have 5 loops now. Okay, now what you want to do is do a yarn over. We're going to pull the yarn over through the first 2 loops, leaving these last 3 on the hook. So go ahead and pull it through the first 2, and now you'll have 4 loops on your hook at this point. Do a yarn over towards you. We're going to pull it through the first 2 loops, leaving the last 2 still on the hook. And now you'll have 3 loops. Yarn over, pull the yarn over through the first 2 loops, leaving this last one still on the hook. And then you'll have your 2 loops. Yarn over and pull it through the 2 loops. And that completes your double treble crochet. We're counting this first 5 chains that we skipped as a stitch as well. So technically that's our first treble crochet, double treble, and our second double treble crochet. So now let's go ahead and do another one. Yarn over 3 times, then insert it into the chain. Yarn over, pull that yarn over through that chain until you have 5 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull it through the first 2 loops. Now you have 4 loops left over. Yarn over, pull it through the first 2, and now you have 3 loops. Yarn over, pull the yarn over through these 2 loops, leaving this last one still on your hook. And now you'll have 2 loops. Yarn over and pull that through those 2 loops, and that completes your double treble crochet. Okay, we actually have one more chain here. Let's go ahead and work that one to complete this row. Yarn over 3 times. So you're wrapping that yarn 3 times towards you. Insert it into that chain there. Yarn over, pull the yarn over through that chain until you have 5 loops on your hook. Yarn over, and we're going to pull that yarn over through the first 2 loops, leaving these last 3 still on the hook. Okay, so now you will have 4 loops on the hook at this point. Do a yarn over, and we're going to pull the yarn over through 2 loops. So if you notice, just like the treble crochet and the double treble crochet, you always pull off 2 loops at a time. So it's essentially the same. You just do it one more time than you would on the double treble. On the treble. So pull this through these 2 loops, leaving these 2 on. Now you have 3 loops. Yarn over, pull it through these 2 loops, leaving this last one still on your hook. Now you have 2 loops. Yarn over, pull it through those 2. And now you have your first row of double treble crochet completed. We're ready to begin our second row. So we want to turn our work. and we need to bring the second row up to the height of the first one. So we need a churning chain. So we need, for the double treble, we need 5 chain stitches for our turning chain. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that was 5 chain stitches for our turning chain, which will count as our first stitch. So now we're ready to begin our work. You don't want to insert it into the same one that we just did the chains. For the turning chain, we want to insert it into the next stitch. Yarn over 3 times, insert it into the next stitch, and when you insert it, just make sure that you're inserting it under both the front and back loop. Unless your pattern tells you to work in only the front or only the back, then you would insert the hook under both. Okay? Then pull the loop through that yarn over, pull it through until you have your 5 loops on your hook. Yarn over, and we're going to pull off 2 loops at a time. So pull that through the first 2 loops, leaving these last 3 still on the hook. And then you'll have 4. Yarn over, pull it through these 2 loops, leaving these last 2 on. And then you'll have 3. Yarn over, pull the first 2 loops off, leave this one on, and then you have 2 loops. So you can see every time we pull off 2 loops, we have 1 less loop. Because we started with 5, then 4, then 3, then 2, and then yarn over, pull it through that, and that completes your double treble crochet. And now let's go ahead and do the next one. Yarn over 3 times, insert it into the next stitch. Yarn over, pull the yarn over through until you have your 5 loops. Yarn over, pull it through the first 2, and now you have 4 loops. Yarn over, pull it through the first 2, and now you have 3. Yarn over, pull it through these 2 loops, leaving this last one still on. Now you have your 2 loops. Yarn over, pull it through those last 2 loops to complete your double treble crochet. So if you look at your rows of double crochet, you're going to see the first one, we counted the first 5 chains that we skipped we count that as a stitch. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the churning chain, we're counting that, so that's 1, 2, 3. Well, we should have the same amount of stitches in our first row as the second, so we know we have 1 more stitch to work. So that is the chain 5 that we skipped. So you're going to insert your hook into that top chain to work your double treble crochet. So yarn over 3 times, insert it into that top chain right there. Yarn over, pull that yarn over right through that chain until you have your 5 loops again. Yarn over, and we're pulling off 2 loops at a time, and that will decrease our loops by 1 each time that we do that until we complete our stitch. So pull that yarn over through these 2, leaving these last 3 still on the hook, and now you'll have 4 loops. Yarn over, pull it through these 2, leaving these last 2 on. Now you have your 3 loops. Yarn over, pull it through these 2, leaving this last one on. And now there's your 2 loops. Yarn over, pull that through the 2 loops, and there we have completed 2 rows of double treble crochet. I hope that you found the tutorial helpful, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up